It looks like you started. Okay, my meeting's now streaming. Okay. Welcome everybody to our December roundtable. I'm Eric Zambleet, your roundtable commissioner, and Marcos is our district director. We're gonna get through our slides. Please let everybody know who's not here. If you happen to see anybody that's a scout leader, to hop on the city's website and check out our roundtable on video later on. Let's start our meeting with the pledge to the flag. If you're in uniform, you can salute. If you're not in uniform, please place your hand over your heart and repeat with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two. Thank you very much. Got a good agenda for you tonight. A few new things going on. We're welcoming you. We've got our some of our program dates for the next few months. Got some upcoming trainings to think about. A couple of new events for January. Our spring camporee will have an update, and our winter tech camp as well. And then we'll be talking about our district and council dinners. Greg will talk to us about parent surveys and our contributions to our council, and leave some time at the end for questions and answers. Remember, everyone, to keep your microphones on muted. We can enter questions in the chat, or you can raise your hand or make a fuss, and we are recording the call. So coming up in 2025, we're rounding out December. So we had our Belmont Short Parade, which was a whole lot of fun. And then after the Christmas holiday and through New Year's, we've got the Winter Tech Camp for that week. And it continues on into January. And so a couple things that are happening also in January is our Iron Star District Dinner, which we'll tell you more about. Please reserve that date. And then a Merit Badge Day over at Seabase. February, we've got our OA annual banquet. Comes in early in February. It's a little earlier than normal, so keep an eye out for that. I wanted to mention that John McLean, as our OA advisor, lodge advisor, is happy to go to one of your units and talk about the OA, the Order of the Arrow, and arrange for a presentation or things like that. So they are going through looking for nominations for new members for our OA Ovunga Lodge. Scout Sunday is also on that Sunday, February. And then after that, the next weekend on Saturday is the State of the Council, which Mark Bonner will let us know about how things are going and what to expect in 2025 in our Long Beach Area Council. And then we'll have a Pinewood Derby clinic later on in the morning. The 11th is the Traderie. And then there's also a Sea Scout golf tournament that you can help support the Sea Scouts by having a round of golf on the 22nd. And then on Thursday, the 27th, is our city council. I'm coming from a city. The council's annual recognition dinner, where we are recognizing 2 Silver Beavers and all of our new Eagle Scouts. So please reserve that as well. You can go into March, where we will have a Long Beach Sea Scout Regatta all day, and then another Pinewood Derby clinic for those packs that want to some assistance in building their Pinewood Derbies. And then there is a Cal State Long Beach powwow on the 8th and 9th for those that are interested in that as well. Trainings that are coming up, the ones that are on the schedule are the climbing instructors training. So you can either be a level 1 or level 2. You have to be level 1 first. And those are in the 2 weekends in February. And then we will be starting a new round of leader training for Baloo and IOLS, which is your outdoor leader training. You got leader specific training for the positions that you're in, then chief training, edge training, and merit badge counselor training. So those are will be offered. Go to your web page, go to the Long Beach area web page /training, and you can find out the details as they come up there. I mentioned the Winter Tech Camp. Not sure if there's Marcos, you want to tell us about Winter Tech Camp, and unmute yourself. You're gonna have to unmute yourself.
My apology. Okay. Yes, we're gonna have a Winter Tech Camp. Is divided into two sections, one for the Cub Scouts, one for the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scout can get a chance to work on merit badges, different types of merit badges, the all related to tech, of course. And also the Cubbies, they have 2 weekends that they can participate, which is December 30 to 31st, and the second weekend, which is January 2nd to the 3rd. So those are the 2 weeks that are being offered for the youngsters. Pretty much, if you need more information or to RSVP, there's the website.
There you go. Thank you. Yes, that's a lot of fun. Easy way to get some merit badges.
Yes.
Okay. Another big program event to put on your calendar is our Camporee 2025. It will be held at Camp Tockwitz May 2nd through the 4th. That's the first weekend in May. Please reserve it, keep it aside. We're going to have a great 100-year anniversary celebration connecting to our Tockwitz centennial. And so stay tuned for more information for Camporee. That's for your troops to participate in and have a lot of fun and a couple of overnight camping days. Let's go on to our recognition and our awards dinners. We have our Iron Star District Dinner. Iron Stars for all those PACs, troops, and crews that are in Long Beach Area Long Beach Area Council. And that will be held on Saturday, January 28th. Usually we started at about 6:30. That will recognize a couple of different things. We'll be recognizing our District Award of Merit recipient. That's for a person who has made outstanding contributions to the district. We first presented that in 1956. It's the highest award that you can give and receive at the district level. We are allowed to have 2 awardees because of the size of our the number of scouts that are in our district. And there is a nomination form. You can see the little QR code down there. You can click on that. We're looking for nominations at this point. The nomination form is available at our longbeachbsa.org/merit page. And you can after you get that form completed, go ahead and email that over to Marcos, and he will put that in for consideration. So please think about those people that have made some contributions, maybe some different people that were leading some of our programs or events that put in a lot of time and effort into our district and council, and nominate them. The deadline is the end of the year, okay? And then we'll be taking a look at those nominations in preparation for the district dinner. Also, every unit is allowed to give an award of appreciation to one person, a scout or a parent. Doesn't have to be a scout leader, but they can be a parent who has given exceptional service to his or her pack or troop or crew, depending on what you're in. And those forms are available too on our Iron Star website. Submit those applications to Rosa, okay? And her email is over there too. Every unit should submit a person to be awarded the unit award of appreciation. And that should be voted upon by everyone that's in that unit. If you're in the pack, everyone in that pack should be able to nominate that person. Okay, the other big award ceremony is that's it. In between the district dinner and the council dinner is the State of the Council. Saturday morning, February 8th, 8 o'clock at Seabase, we will hear from Mark Bonner, who will give us updates on our council, both last year and the coming up year. We'll have information about what's happening with regard to our scout shop, Camp Tockwitz, council finance, and get the lowdown on some of the new initiatives that we are pushing for 2025, including some reorganization of some of our volunteer leadership. So that'll be great to see. And you get a complimentary breakfast out of it. So come on by and listen in. then the council will be holding their annual recognition dinner February 27th. That's not on a weekend. That's on a Thursday night, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Grand in Long Beach, off of the 405 freeway and Lakewood Boulevard there. We will be presenting the Silver Beaver recipients, the awards to their recipients, and recognizing all of the Eagle Scouts that earned Eagle rank in 2024, and any quartermasters or venturing summit awards that are similar for those Sea Scouts and venturers. Now to make an announcement, our Silver Beaver recipients for this year are Christopher Tomahawk Espinoza and Chris Sherarian. So let's give a round of applause to them for being recognized for the Silver Beaver. So we'll be awarding them their special medallions and certificates for that. They have been in our council for a very long time and have held a lot of different positions for our council and continue to do so. By no means are they finished. I wanted to hand this over now to Greg White to talk first of all about our Friends of Scouting and then secondly about our parent survey. So Greg White, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Eric. Two things. Let's talk about the survey. What's great about the council, we have a lot of great parents and families. I believe there are about 1,200 registered families as part of Long Beach, Lakewood, Bellflower, and all the surrounding areas. And the survey is really to get your feedback, right? So if you look at the Long Beach Area Council, I'm a volunteer. Marcos is staff, and Mark is a member of the staff. You're the client. They want to get your input. And we made it really easy. If you just go to the website, it's right there. You can even earn a $100 gift certificate. They're going to randomly pick a couple of these. What's interesting, though, at this point, of this 1,200 registered families, we only have 32 surveys.
Oh,
32 surveys.
Oh, wow.
So we're recommending and asking everyone to not only do it themselves, but share it with the other parents in your units, the PACs, the scout units, as well as any other unit and any other family member who's involved in scouting. So if you can do that, it's only 12 questions, not very long, but we want to get your input. And the input's going to help us make a better program for you in 2025.
That's
So
what it
that's
looks
the
like.
first thing. You can just go on to the website. I did it on my phone, really easy to do. And you just have to answer a couple of questions and go through the process. They're looking to get some feedback about you as an individual, to see kind of your makeup and background, and a lot more opportunities just to learn about the people who that we're supporting through the Long Beach Area Council. Again, very easy to go through, as Eric is demonstrating. Again, they're just looking for input for our constituents or our clients. And again, I'm a volunteer, but at the end of the day, I still support you as being part of the district.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any questions, you can contact Marcos Manage, who's on the call, or just let anybody in the council office. But very simple, as you see, Eric just went through this, and basically in a matter of a couple of minutes can get some feedback to us.
Only 12 questions.
So the second thing is year-end giving. I'm also part of the chair for the Family Finance Chair for the Friends of Scouting. And that's fairly easy to do too. You just go to the website and you can just type Friends of Scouting in the search box, and then you will get to the page. What's great about this is all the dollars that we help raise goes back to the program. We'd appreciate if you can give a monthly amount, whatever you feel comfortable with. Some people do that. I give a monthly amount. Some people just get a flat amount. What's interesting, though, if you saw the recent email that Mark had sent out from the Long Beach Area Council on your email, there was a highlighting an Eagle Scout who's a football player for the Detroit Lions. And what was interesting is I researched this young gentleman as an Eagle Scout. What I discovered just researching on Google, here's a young man who grew up in a single family household with his mom. His never saw his dad. His brother was incarcerated. He had to scrounge to get things his entire youth as a kid, yet somehow he found scouting and probably football and college to help him go in the right direction. He probably had the right moral compass. And the reason I share this is that part of Friends of Scouting, there are different groups you can make your contribution go to. I personally like to give my contribution to Scout Reach. Scout Reach is a program in inner city of Long Beach for scouts and families who don't have a lot of financial resources, but it's a great scouting program. I've had the opportunity to participate in some of their activities. These are some of the best kids who have moral compasses. They just financially don't have the resources. So any dollar that you feel that you can contribute before we end, we would greatly appreciate it. Whether you want to go to Camp Tockwitz, maybe the sea base where your kids are participating in. And if you want to go to Scout Outreach like I do, I think any dollar you can give will make us a better program and a better community for scouts and families in Long Beach, not only for now, but for years to come.
Yeah.
So those are a couple of things. Do the survey. If you have some extra dollars to contribute, we'd love to have them. And every dollar we go makes it a better and stronger program, not only for your kids now, but for future kids in the future and in our own community.
Yeah. I'm thinking ahead. All right.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you very much, Greg. There's that survey again. Make sure you tell all of your people in your units to fill that out. Marcos, it's renewal time, isn't it?
Thank you very much. As you know, charters are actually due tomorrow. And unfortunately, we only got 7 charters so far turned in. So we really need to push it for those troops and packs. And it's actually a very simple process this year because now all the youths are registering on themselves and on a yearly basis. So it makes it much more practical and easy. So just do remember that in order to submit your re-charter, you'll need the unit leader, committee chair, charter org. Those are the only ones that have access to that website. And you can actually find it at my.scouting. You'll find a renewal button there, and then you should be able to start the process. The annual charter agreement is not part of the online. So that means that you actually need a physical copy of it turned in with the signature. And that you can also find it in the form section, which is the QR code up there. You'll find the form, and you'll find also the renewal process step by step on how to go about it. It's very, very simple. Actually, it's only like 6 steps to get to it. Finally, my recommendation is submit it online. Get it also, pay it online, because it requires less paperwork if you submit it that way. If you don't do it online and pay for it online, you're going to require more paperwork to bring to council. So make it easy on yourself on that. So please do everything possible to turn that in this month, because that is just one form, one payment, and we're done with that, Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. And I understand that there are different types of charter agreements depending on your charter organization. So if you are a Catholic entity, church or school, then there's a particular charter agreement for those.
Mm-hmm.
So question, Marcos, if I'm I wait for the maybe for the committee chair or somebody in my unit to help recharter, but if I'm just a parent or a scout of a parent, do I have to wait for that, or can I also register myself to make it easier for my committee chair?
Well, thank you so much for asking. Actually, parents and youth are now able to do it on themselves. So they, from their own my.scouting account, so they can do it. And because everybody's doing it at a different time of the year. So some of them are doing it in March, May. So everybody does it for a yearly membership. So now in terms of the now you yourself and I'm sorry, the leaders are able to go ahead and go on my.scouting to renew it. So again, the membership purpose of the other one, they'll be able to do it on their own. You'll have to do it on your own. Everybody.
So can I also pay my registration fee online, or do I have to give it directly to the unit, or can I do either one depending on how the unit wants to have it structured?
Yeah, you have to do it online, yes, on your own account.
So as if I were a parent having a scout, I could go online and just pay it myself, and update my profile on myscouting.org, and then the leaders in the unit will take care of the rest.
Right. But the parents itself, they will have to do it their own self, or the youth. So the parent has to do the own youth. So I guess what I'm saying is you don't no longer do it for the rest of the pack.
No, my understanding is that this year some units are paying for the registrations for the re-registrations for some of their units. So please check with your unit to see which arrangement is happening, or if you do pay for it yourself and you re-register yourself or your child, please let your unit know. Have any questions about rechartering? Rona brought up that don't forget to submit your Journey to Excellence form as well. So we're still doing that. That's the last year that we're going to be doing the Journey to Excellence, but definitely submit it so that you can earn that patch and be one of those performing units. There's 3 categories: gold, silver, and bronze, depending on the points that are earned for the different activities and program that you have for your unit. All right, very good. Thank you very much, Marcos. Questions can come to you or Sandy. Is that right? Okay. Let's move on to a future event coming in. There is a 2025 year Philmont Trek planned. It's a 12-day backpacking adventure. Sometime late June, early July. The actual date hasn't been set yet. It's a 16-day trip because you have to include travel days, and there might be another side excursion besides the backpacking trip. It will be held at Philmont Scout Ranch, and that's in the Rocky Mountains of New Mexico. So the organizer is Steve Haas. His contact information there is at the bottom of the page, either email or text. So that's a great adventure for scout families and scouting troops. December is a busy month, and so there will be also some time off for the Scout office and the Scout shop. Please take a note there. The end of the year is coming up quick, and so there's only 2 more days next week where the Scout office and shop will be open, Monday and Tuesday, and then they're going to shut down for starting on the 18th through the end of the year. So take advantage of your Scout office and shop hours at that while you still have a chance. Any particular questions about orders or payments or your deposits for your units? Just talk to Sandy. All right. Now I'd like to open it up if there's somebody that has something they want to mention from their unit, or have a question that they want to ask any of us, or highlight something that you guys have been doing lately.
Eric, can you go back a couple of slides just so I could, I didn't finish writing down the for the Philmont Trek,
Oh, okay, sure.
the email address.
Got it. So yeah, SCHAAS.
Do you happen to just know off the top of your head or from your experience, if you know what age they're allowed to join them?
Generally, I think they recommend that the Scouts be first class, or and this is a backpacking trip, so you have to think about that. There's different kinds of treks depending on, and they have different levels of difficulty. So they break down that backpacking trip into pieces so that the every day's walking is not too long, but the person should be physically fit. If you have a young scout that's pretty able-bodied and has a fairly good endurance, then that would probably be okay. But if you have a young child that you're going to have to depend on or some help, then that may not be the best. But there are other things to do at Philmont, where you can probably make arrangements that some people can go on the backpacking and some people can do other things at the ranch.
I would assume probably Steve could have some information. And when my son years ago did Philmont, they had to do some training. So they had some overnight backpack trips. They had some hiking trips to build up their endurance for the practice for the Philmont Trek, so they could have a good experience. But I'm sure Steve, you could contact him. He probably will have I'm assuming you'll have an informational night to share information and different things to make sure that the scouts who do want to participate are well prepared, not only for it physically, but there's also maybe a financial commitment as well. And when my son did it, we did some fundraising. That way, at the end of the day, it's a good experience for everybody, not only for the scout, but for the families.
Absolutely. And I'm trying to remember who else might have been on the Philmont trek, organized the Philmont trek before. I think John McLean might have done one as well. So, okay.
There is an age requirement.
You happen to know what it is?
It is 14 years of age or 13 and completed the 8th grade.
Okay, there you go.
And yes, Steve will have a training session. Sorry,
Production.
an introduction and discussion on cost and the timing and everything. And yes, he does have. I think we did 3 or 4 practice sessions leading up to the hike.
No, good to know. Thank you very much. Check on the Philmont site also. Thank you for more details.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. If there's nothing else right now, I want to wish everybody the happiest of holidays. Be safe out there in your travels. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your time if you get any any time off. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the new year. Thank you, everyone.